So
Yeah,
yes, we're live. How are
we're
you, man?
live. Welcome back, everyone. Just down to the wire. Sorry about the 30-second delay, but we had Gaurav was having some technical difficulties where he was trying to explain it to me, and then I was like, "Okay, buddy, we're going live." He's on his phone right now,
Yeah.
trying to get his internet all fixed up. But
Mm-hmm.
thanks again for tuning in. This is Farmers in Finance, and we are here with Rico, myself, and Gaurav over in India. And we are here to give you some financial freedom. Um,
Yes.
Gaurav, how are you doing today? How was your
I'm
week?
doing well. Week has been awesome. Team is growing, and we have been able to help more and more families. Congratulations to you. You helped your one of your very close relatives. So I will congratulate on that. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
this- That's what they say. Charity starts from home. So if you don't help your nearby people, then what's the like how you will spread it out there in the society. So yeah,
Oh, well,
congratulations.
yeah,
So
love
proud
that.
of you.
Thanks.
By the fact, proud of you. I'm saying in front of everyone. Great to have you on my team. Not only because you're smart, but also you're good by heart. The reason we are on this, we have been doing this farming and finance is because of your consistency and your zeal and your why to help farmers, especially. So, yes, I wanted to say it today. So, thanks.
Oh, well, thank you. You're making me blush now. What am I going to
Yeah.
say? This wasn't scheduled. This is
Yeah.
live.
No, that's how,
No.
sometimes you
Thanks.
actually say things out of your heart. And that's
Yeah,
important.
no, well, yeah, exactly. Since we're on the topic, I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and your crazy approaches on LinkedIn and trying to talk to me and like, you like whenever we first started talking, you were like, "Oh, this guy's a farmer too."
My internet, sorry.
I was like, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm busy."
Yeah,
But then as soon as
that's
you
how you.
say farmers, I was it. I was hooked. I was like, "Oh, this guy's a farmer too."
And that's how
Or
we
was.
connected,
We all are.
Very- Yes. And before even we started, that was the whole idea for us that that we will that we were farmers and let's start something for farmers. Why not? And that's why we started this farmers in finance with two purpose. One, to understand financial problems, especially for farmers, and then we realized farmers, other people are no different. It's just farmers are more important to the society because they provide us the most important thing, the fuel for the body, the food. So yes, it has been great journey with you, man, and it will continue like this only. And to all the connections out there who have been watching. Oh yeah, Rico's a rock star. Yay, man! See,
See, I got fans everywhere.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you, everybody.
So yes, we'll continue this for as long as it goes. It's not like we have agenda or something. It's like we will be continuously spreading out the word. Anywhere anyone wants to jump in at any point, they will be able to connect. Like why this one is. That's why we highlight in every podcast that what's the reason behind we are doing this. And yes, it is education. And today we'll continue our EFA, the expert financial analysis. And Rico had made a case study, uh, and we're continuing. We have discussed debt. We have discussed insurance need. Oh no, we haven't discussed insurance needs. Oh, we have discussed insurance needs, and we have discussed so many parts. What we are discussing today, Rico?
Okay. Wow. Gaurav is pumped. He's ready. He's on the go. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
let's start the day with the quote of the day because it sets the
yeah,
tone. I love how inspiring everything is, and especially this quote that I have today. It's
yeah.
from a follower that I've been following for quite some time. His name is Russell Brunson, and he says, "Success is not a destination; it's a process."
It's a
And with
process.
everything, it's a process, right? And
Yeah.
and it's like I love this quote because it's a lot of people think success is like a number. Oh, I'm gonna make $10 million, or maybe I'm gonna have this huge house, or I'm gonna have certain money in the bank. But success is just like it's the growth. It's what's in between the why.
The system.
It's like what Gaurav
It's a
was saying.
system you build. It's a system we build of the habits which
Yes,
generate those desired outcome. That's success.
yes,
Once you're successful, it doesn't mean that you're not successful only by money. If you see someone with a lot of money, they will be like fit, they will be living their life to the fullest. So it's not like they have the money. It's not one of the success. Success is having a system, so you can follow that again and again, and you win in every part of your life. Let it be a financial freedom, or your farming, or your money, anything. Very well said, Rico.
yeah, and it's like tying it into what we're trying to do here. It's the process that we have in place. It wasn't like invented by us, but it's a
No.
process from many ideas, many minds put together that just came up with this, expert financial analysis. That's why it's called expert, because it's a lot of experts put their thought into it, and it's the process to analyze, fix down, mark down what the numbers are, what can they do, how can you be better, because there's always a way to be better. And then it's just like it's the process, and that's the way to success. But success is like, you know in other books that I've read too, and Russell Brunson also, I wanted to mention that he's really good about keep learning. Like he's got a
Mm-hmm.
library of books, and we connected when he said about his most favorite book, and he has the first print ever printed copy edition of Think and Grow Rich, which
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend for any of our listeners. It's
Oh, you
1900s,
have.
but it still holds true to this day. It's just because, again, it talks about the process on how to reach success. It's not about reaching richness. Rich, like Ngara was saying, rich in money is one thing, but in health is another thing. Rich in status, in spirituality as well, right? Like all the things that we need in our life to live a fulfilled life, right? So yeah, like what we talk about this, it brings me back to a story that I have back on the farm. I mean, obviously we we started in finance, but we were never like financial advisors. I mean, unlike what we said in previous shows, we also we were farmers, right? So we
Yep.
started there. Well, previously to that, I had other jobs, but let's talk about the farm. And when I started my farm, and then we'll go and ask Gareth, but I didn't know what it was involved into starting. Like I know it was like get the seeds, and then you got to plant them and everything like that. But there's a lot more that goes in behind the scenes. Like there's a process, right? And
Yep.
so learning that process brought me to the next level, because it's a growth, right? Like, okay, now I need the tractor, and I need to till the field. Oh, I need a manure spreader. I need to spread the manure. So there's like projects in there, and then it ties into the financing, because it's like, well, if I knew how to budget, I would probably not overextend myself, not go into debt. And this morning I was listening to the podcast, Brian Buffini, and he's like, don't make your why a negative why by being in debt. Make it a positive one, right? Like we
Yep.
have so many tools out there that are free. Like even our services are free, and it's still unbelievable that people are shy to ask for help because they think, oh, maybe that we're gonna tie him in or sell him something, you know? Like, I'm
Mhm.
like, whenever I call somebody and ask them about, like, how about buying a house? Well, I call them and I'm like, oh, I'm a real estate agent. It's like, no, I don't want to buy a house today. That's too much. I'm like, I'm not selling you a house. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not gonna happen like the next day. Not like a car salesman.
yeah.
But anyways, it's like when this podcast is about net worth. But what I wanted to say is, once you start seeing and visualizing, like what we spoke about last week about the budget, and but once you start seeing your net worth and you have the goal and the why, which is so simple. Net worth is very simple in its term, but at least it gives you again an idea. Okay, what do I have to do to be successful at this, right? What is my next steps? The what question. And then comes the who and how, right? So this is my little story, in on the farm, and obviously this is how I got here. This is the process that I had to go through and experience, and then obviously it's different for all of you out there. Everybody goes through their journey, and then I would like to know how Gaurav. I mean, obviously he was a farmer too, and then he moved into the financial. So if you have maybe a little story that describes how you got here and as of today and that process, kind of like to get our listeners into the storytelling sort of.
So, my connection to the farming has been since my childhood, because on my maternal side, my uncle still live in a small village where I used to come for every. My parents moved to a big city, Chandigarh, from the town, so they were not farmers anymore. My father was a handyman and a contractor in electrical equipments, but he had a soft corner for farming for always, always. But I was not like, I used to enjoy that time on farm. I used to help my uncle. I started my journey with as small as like cutting down wheat with hands, and then sunflower, going to the fields, taking out water from the clean wells, fishing all day, like taking a dip in the same river which we used to uh, supply, irrigate our farms. So it's connected with not a financial thing, but it was like more like a personal thing, because I spent a lot of time on farms, just growing, like no tensions at all, because no money was involved at that time. But when I grew slowly, and my father had to shift his business of this contracting first,
Some
which was
technical
about
difficulties.
oh, so sorry. So
Sorry, we
is
just,
it me or
yeah, we
you?
just left that. I think it was me. I'm not too sure. The whole thing
Okay,
went black, so it probably was me.
okay,
But we
okay.
left at
Yes,
the fishing.
yes. So it's more personal, and there was no tensions at all, because I was not directly into farming like a business. But slowly, when I grew up, I saw like all my brothers, they left farming. My uncles, like my cousin brothers, no one want to do farming anymore, because they don't make enough money. And right now, for them, farming is not a profitable business. And then I did my MBA. Before that, my father and we decided to start our own dairy farm. And this was not because it was not like a big business idea. We just wanted to do like, okay, let's milk some cows for us, and actually do it in an organic way, like good old days, because we miss that quality of milk, and all the like everything is adulterated right now across the globe on gene level, or you say pesticide, insecticide, everything. But we wanted to do for ourselves. And then the day we started, we felt that connection back again. And now the thing is, like earlier in city, we have to basically get like clarified butter, we call ghee, and all the grains from the village. And now we are supplying it to the village, because even in villages, nobody wants to do farming. They think it's
Yeah,
a most toughest job on the earth, which pays you the least. And it's not the farming which pays you the least. Again, what's the problem? Financial education. That's why,
Yes.
like,
Nice
why we
tie-in.
survived so long since 2012 to it's been 13 years now doing a dairy farm. The average, when I we did research before we got into this dairy farming of indigenous Indian cows, which are called like A2 protein milking cows. The average was just 4 years. After 4 years, 99% of the farms closed down. We survived because I did my math. I did the
You work the
budgeting.
numbers.
I worked on the numbers, and we started selling. The only thing I saw, we need more money from our product. That's it. We're not selling cheap because we're giving the best. We're giving the organic one, and
Right.
that's how it's surviving. And it's not only like financial. Yes, I got a lot of support from my brother who looks after operations, my dad who has experience in construction. So, and I'm the marketing and the budgeting guy, like how much we should sell to survive. So
Right.
that's my story about farming, and that I have seen growth, and I have seen people moving out of farming just because of one reason: not good financial planning,
And
not good,
that brings an
no education.
excellent point, because it's like if you don't budget, then you don't know how much you should sell your product to
Yeah,
the
it's
market,
evident.
whatever it is, right? Like if you don't
Yeah,
have like a way of seeing your costs, then you can't charge for your services. Even that applies to everything. Like it applies to real estate,
exactly.
applies to farming, applies to finances. You know, like yeah, and that's why we do this.
Yes, that's why when I connected with you, I was so happy to see someone who was a farmer but has improvising, but still connected to by heart to the farming. Same way, my dad and we are still connected by heart to the farming, and that's the reason why we are here now. And this is like we told it's a process. Like what's the process on the farming? In early days, where there was no money, farming was not an issue because there was not a problem about profitability or something like that. There was a barter system. Farming used to
Right.
get everything through that barter system. With the money coming in and the corporations taking over, money is more important than food right now. And that's where we got wrong. Like that's where we derailed from our main purpose of being humans, making profit out of the thing which is most important to us. And when you try to make just profits, you tend to lose a lot of things like quality of food, people who farm, and sometimes not sometimes now recent times even in Canada I see not many people want to do farming on individual level. And if corporations are doing it, we all know what's the story. Everyone knows what is spraying, what is insecticide, what is pesticide. Everyone knows the story. That was from my side. Sorry, I got a bit long. I took it, but it was
That's
like
okay.
the point where we started our conversation back in January, I guess. Yes, we started talking January.
Yeah, yeah, and then I mean, yeah, it's organic. The word, right? Like it's like, oh well, that's how it used to be. They should be saying, you know, like grown with chemicals instead of like us, the people that used to grow it the
Seeing it
proper way,
organic.
the natural way.
Exactly. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like
So
yeah, my
so he
wife
asked
is
me
big
like
on
what is organic? I say organic is nothing, but
that.
the things we
Yeah,
used to
it's
do,
like
our
that's how
ancestor
it
used
used
to
to be.
do, grow to
Yeah,
grow food without any adulteration. That is, and if you see that what is not organic, you're growing food with adulteration. That's it. There's no difference that. And now people have accepted it. Like, hey, when they said that organic is expensive, no, it is not expensive. It's because you have given more value to the money rather than your food. So you think your food is expensive. It
that's
again,
right.
I was watching video. Money does not have a mind. Like it doesn't think. It's us
No,
what we think about. But if you
yeah,
see grains, they have their mind. They actually have genes. They actually think like us. They are humans. They can feel everything. And we have related that because of the money, which doesn't hold anything, no power. We can change it anytime we have to change. Like you move country, the definition of money changes. But if you move a
Hmm.
country, a bread remains bread. Doesn't matter where, in which continent you are going. But again,
Yeah.
we just lost everything because we gave a lot of importance to something which never thinks of it. Money.
Yes. On that note too, like money is just a tool, and it's the people that handle it are the ones
Yeah.
that decide what kind of energy they want to put behind it. If you want to put
Yeah.
good energy behind it, well, that's good outcomes will come out of it. If you want to put bad energy in behind it, well, suppressing and controlling energy will come out of it, right? And
Yeah. Anything.
you know,
Anything done without a purpose. Like if your purpose is to make money for out of everything, you will never feel that joy because it's a never ending. And that's the thing. In early days,
yeah,
when I was young, we feel joyful while growing our food, while going to harvest it. We used to celebrate small, like old traditions of harvesting, like praying to our deities or waking up early, like 4 in the morning, going up there. It became a ritual for every year. And everyone used to look forward to it, and we never got bored. Like because it was not money, it was the whole process. We enjoyed the process of growing food for ourselves. And then it slowly started to fall apart.
yeah.
And that's why
And then,
we
yeah, you're putting it right there, like the connection, the spirituality side of things, right? Like
exactly.
it's something that you can't describe unless you have experienced it, right? Like we can put words to it, but they don't describe that feeling. I get up at 4. It's like Christmas, right? That feeling you have when you were a kid in the morning, just itching. Oh man, I wonder what's under the Christmas tree, right? Like what kind of gifts am I gonna get, right? And then that excitement. It's
Mhm.
the same thing, like going out there and be like, oh, I wonder if there's a tomato ready for me today, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like the gift.
absolutely.
Okay, well, this is turning to be a very passionate and heart-filled show. Uh,
Hmm.
but let's bring it back. Last week, well, we talked about budgets and networks, which is another huge part of the process. And we talked about why budgeting is important. And again, we said it today because I think we need to emphasize why it's so important to create the pathways of where we're going with your money, right? Where's your energy going? Where's your energy going into the farm? Where's your energy going into your business, right? And then
Hmm.
networking is like multiplying ideas, multiplying thoughts, or propagating good thoughts for your business or for everybody else's business, right? Like
Yep.
what's the best part about giving a gift? The giving part or the receiving part, right? It's in a way both are just as fulfilling, I feel. I mean,
They
put it
complete
in
the
the
process.
comments. Yeah, to
They
complete.
complete the process.
That's right. So it's like we're here. We're
Balancing
here
of
to give,
balancing
more to take.
balancing of emotions. You feel good while giving, and then you feel even better when you receive. So they complete each other. They're part of like one big cycle of celebrating, giving and receiving.
That's right. And then we started the show too, like how important is connecting with the right opportunities, with the right people, with the right mentorship, and knowing what the process is, going with people that have gone through the process as well. Because obviously, when you're a visionary, it's a new path, but some people might have taken that path already or been towards that direction, so they can mentor you. And again, Brian Buffini was saying that you can be judged by the 10 people that you surround yourself with. And that's
Yes.
the part of networking, right? Like it's important who you surround yourself with. So
That's why they
today's
say you're supposed
mission,
to be a friend. That's why they say your network is your net worth.
Net worth. Nice.
Is your net.
Nice tie-in. We're so full of
Yeah.
them. Yes. And that is today's
Yes.
topic, net worth, right? And we're going to finish the EFA today for the Sprout family. We're going to calculate their net worth. And we're going to go and try to see. It's, it's, uh, it's taking a while here because it's so important that we want to emphasize each point that we go through this the expert financial analysis, because it's the key, I think, to helping out people and creating solutions, right, in a world full of problems.
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
yeah, we're going to talk about which debt to take on first, right, and how to make sure that sorry, there you go. How to take on the first insurance in place, make sure that everything is protected, that so that the legacy continues. And at the end, hopefully, I'm going to introduce episode 13, where we're going to bring in our first guest. And what our first guest is going to talk about is an unconventional farm financing. Like, if you want to buy a farm, this our guest is going to explain to us how to think outside of the box for financing, and I'm so excited about that too. But that's the next
Great.
episode, and yeah, and then it's going to be also interesting for us. It's going to be our first guest on the show, so we're going to start introducing more and more people, because I think, again, networking and
Networking.
increases your net worth. So
Yeah.
we're going to spread the wealth of other people's great minds. And right now, I'm surrounding myself with great people. So I can't wait for the next few episodes. Very exciting. Um,
That's
so let's dive into the numbers. What do you think, Gaurav? Are
yeah.
you
Let's
able
continue.
to
Let's
see the
what?
screen?
No, I am seeing you right now.
Okay. So
Maybe just do.
a little bit of a pre emphasis here on net worth. I mean, this is a term we hear in finances. It's your net worth, but I want to know out there, who's ever commenting. Oh, we have another comment. Thank you for that. But what do you think net worth is, and what does it mean to you? And that we'll leave that question maybe to the end, and we'll answer it. But for now, just start thinking about it, because when it comes, people think it's like we're judging that. When you're doing a financial analysis, and this is at the end, it's like, okay, worked out all your numbers, and now here's your net worth, the truth. And then when they look at it, they're like, oh, I'm not doing so good, or wow, I'm doing better than I thought. Like, I didn't think that this was an asset, or this was a goal of mine, right? So there's mixed opinions out there, right? But the simple definition for net worth is, it's what you own, so assets, minus what you owe,
As
liabilities.
simple as that.
That's as simple as that, right? Which is key, because simplicity, I read it in once a book, it's the truth. If you
It's
gotta
the truth.
talk about it, and you gotta expand it and explain it and stuff, it's and it's true. Like, it's true. Like, if I have to explain something and people don't get it, like, to the simplest level, it seems to me not
It's
not
a
to be the truth. So be aware. Be
yes.
aware. So, having said that, what are your thoughts on net worth? Like, when was the first time you heard about it?
In my MBA, never knew before that. Not until
Yeah.
in MBA. we used to talk about certain financial terms in which net worth was one financial term. It is also a way we used to see how big the companies are, how successful is someone. Uh, it's like positive. They can be like three types of net worth. One can be your negative net worth. We used to see that okay, that company is like unreliable or unstable. Okay, then there's like neutral, then in which you own whatever you owe, but is the same amount you own, which is like you need to work hard. But when we see that it is a positive net worth, we'll see it. Wow, it is a good business model, or we say that this guy or she is hardworking, and that's where heard net worth first. And then when I was in bank, like more positive net worth you have, uh, it can be like it can be like even your business value, like if he generates a lot of cash, and like there are certain formulas to calculate net worth. It's not only what you have, but also as a business, as a process, how much you are generating, that is also net worth. Like you can put a
Yeah,
multiply on that cash system, that is also your net worth. So in banking, we used to give loans to people who have like positive net worth. We used to calculate those datas. We have softwares to do that. So that's why I used net worth word a lot, but I never realized that how it was important for someone who's as an individual, how it affects them in longer run, like, and what it means in terms of their financial well-being. So this is what I was introduced in Canada, and especially in Expedia. My before companies, I will not name them, but they're one of the two biggest, starting with P and W, and they never cared about such financial terms or stuff like that. Even if you have negative net worth, they'll say, "Oh, don't worry about debt. Start investing in you
don't
will."
worry about it. Yeah,
So it was like wow. So yes, yeah, I researched it deep down more for personal financial planning during EFA itself. So that's why, uh, yeah, like, and this is the final part of EFA. So the system also works in such a way that it calculates. You put in all the things you own, you put in all the things you owe, and then it calculates automatically what is your net worth. Is it positive? It's negative. And sadly, in Canada, I've seen 80% of people either have neutral or have negative net worth right now.
yeah, yeah. It's for me too. I was like, oh wow, like what a struggle. But I wanted to add there because you reminded me of it. Like the net worth is actually, if you actually monitor every month for 6 months, whatever you feel comfortable, is a measure. It's like your measurement of the process, right? Like, and then you can
Yeah.
readjust because if and that's why it's success is a process, and that's why we talked about it this morning. Is like we're reaching the goals, but if our net worth is going into the negative, then we're putting out too much energy more than what we're gaining and collecting from it, right? And so
Yeah.
that's that's the key. And then okay, let's just get started here before we drag too much on. Here's where we left off. So for people that are just tuning in today, we started this financial advising uh, expert financial analysis about 2 weeks ago. So if you can go and review, but what we go through is the standard for every client of ours. We just want to know how they do, how they're doing, what they're doing, and what are their debts, mortgages, and then analyze the whole financial situation by creating a budget. And then we step into today's lessons, which is also goals and dreams, which is pretty exciting because goals and dreams like nowadays are fading. That people are missing the way they dream and they see themselves, like they're just like, oh, is this it? Like I've had a few tough conversations with some people, and they're just saying, "Is this it? This is what I'm doing for the rest of my life?" And I'm like, "No, it doesn't have to be. You know, turn on your child mind. That your subconscious is just freaking out. You know, like there's so much to do. There's go back to what you wanted to do as a child. You know, like if it was like playing the guitar or going swimming in the lakes, even if they're freezing. You know, like do whatever you want to do. Like have a dream. You know, obviously, yeah, you gotta work and stuff, but try to implement it into your work style because that will help you make this life and live it to the fullest. And that's a
And
little bit of
also it's
inspiration
like,
and mindset there because
also what we have seen, like while we fill this out, I have filled this out. People who have clear goals actually have purpose in life, and we also do 8 hours
Mhm,
of
mhm.
hard work. Let it be job, let it be anything. Okay, you need to have a purpose. And in financial planning, if your dream and goal that become your purpose, and that's our purpose to, so that you can achieve your goal. That's why this is so important. And people nowadays, they just like, that's how system are made now, not to be aware, self-aware about, even about your money, the thing you work hard for your whole life. Like you spend one third of your life working hard without a purpose. If you work hard with a purpose, let it be any job. I don't say that become a financial advisor or become anything. Just have that dream, pick it up as a purpose, wake up every morning with that purpose in your head, and you will love what you're doing. People hate their jobs, and yet again they don't know how to get rid of that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's mind blowing, and we have the technology, we have the opportunities. It's just, but I can feel it. It's starting to happen. You know, I don't know. The more I do this, the more I help out people, the more purpose I give, the more I'm like, oh, I'm getting excited. You know, like I want to do this, and then you might fine tune your goals too while you're at it. You know, like you might start with a certain goal or dream, and then all of a sudden, because you're going through the process again, right? Then you find out, oh, maybe I want to do this instead, right? And then it shoots you up more because it powers you up. It gives you, you know, dreaming is your pull power, just like our LinkedIn user just said, right? It's just going to make
Yeah.
you even more and give you more power. So, and it's just going to be like a snowball effect, right? So now we're looking at the goals and dreams for our Sprout family, Jesse and Lana. They would want to have a Sprout Acres barn and workshop. So their current cost, they have budgeted for $85,000. They have 10,000 right now saved up, and they're making 250 monthly contributions. And but they would like to put more money towards their goal, up to 500. And years to the goal date is probably 7 years it's going to take with inflation rate we calculated. And if they put their money into 5% return on investment, which is pretty conservative. And
Yep.
so that's their first dream. So we calculate, we put it all down, we budget it in, and see what happens with the next calculations and the results. Obviously, they want to also offer a great education fund for their kids so that they can learn the skills to maybe continue the farm. I think they were talking about one of their kids to go to mechanic school so that he could help out with the mechanics and the equipment that is required to understand on a farm. And we all know that you have
Mhm.
to be a mechanic, you have to be a lot of things, a lot of hats in a farm.
Yeah.
So their goal is to have $100,000 saved for both kids. They
Great.
currently have saved 15,000, and they make contributions of $300 a month, and their desired contribution would be 400. But since the goal is only 5 years long, they would probably have to increase that. But we'll talk about it, later. So 5 years, that's equal to 60 months, with inflation rate at 3% and rate of return a little bit better at 5.5. Then they are also looking for a little retirement cabin on Okanagan Lake. That's a lot of people dream of that, including
Definitely,
myself,
including myself.
including
However,
everybody, right?
not Copenhagen, maybe any lake. Any lake will do. Not
Yeah,
gonna get an expensive lake to afford.
but any lake with a nice cozy cabin where you can go and relax and take breaks from the busy life, and you
Yep.
deserve it because you put in so much into the process. So the current goal cost right now is at 250. That's probably any lake. It wouldn't be the Okanagan Lake at this prices, but that's another topic. Current amount saved, they have 40,000, and they do $500 a monthly contribution. Their desired monthly contribution is 800. Years to goal date is 15, which is 180 months. Inflation rate is at 2.5, and rate of return is 5.5. So that's a little bit of dreaming there. Not substantial. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have bigger goals and bigger dreams, but these are the top threes, let's say, for this family. And I don't know about you, but when I signed up for for being a financial advisor, one of the coaches, they said, "Hey, write down 101 goals," and you kind of tend to stop at the 25th because it's like, okay, I want the nice car, I want the house, but then after, when you dig deeper into your real goals, that's what it takes time, right? 101 goals it's an incredible book to write because it's your book. It's how you want it to see, what you want to see in the world, and then it becomes your reason. Because then when you review your goals, then you understand, hey, did I achieve this one? And then make it like a checklist. That was the key to that presentation. I was like, make it like a checklist. And every time you complete a goal, check it off. And reach 101 goals. Well, good luck. Right?
Yeah.
Do you have something like that set up? Whoa.
I have my goals. I have my goals in my head. Like they're pretty like weird, but that's what I say. If you don't think differently, if you don't dream differently, then you will not have a different life because you don't have a like a crazy purpose. I got like pretty crazy purpose in my life, and yes, I'm working hard on that one.
Yes, you are. Holy smokes. You're one of the hardest guys working guys that I know.
Oh,
Okay,
seriously?
let's bring it in. Net worth,
Yeah,
real
that's the.
estate. So they have their house, $725,000 for their farm. They
Mhm.
have a savings account of $8,000. They have an investment account of 120,000. They have cars. The two cars combined is $42,000. They have farm equipment at $35,000. They have RESPs at $15,000, and
No.
whatever things and contacts that they have in their home or small machinery, saws and everything, all adds up to $25,000 for a total of almost $1 million, 970,000. Now we look at their liabilities. This is all added up, what we collected, the information that we collected. Mortgages, they owe $420,000. They have debts of 68,000. They owe on the farm equipment, they still owe 55,000. So that's total
Mhm.
liabilities at $543,000. This makes a positive net worth of 470,000, which is not bad considering, right? Like this is pretty good
Awesome.
wealth managing.
That's why it's a
Um,
case study. It's a case study. We wanted to
and
put
we
some good
laugh.
things
Yeah, we want
and we
we
laugh.
want to stay on the
We
positive.
know the truth, man. We know the truth.
We know the
Mm.
truth, but maybe not the listeners out there. Well, we know that if you looked at your situation, maybe you're not as good in
I mean,
in the
but-
system, but it's okay. It's okay. It's one of the comments that was put out there before. It was the first win is starting, so you got to start
yeah,
somewhere, and then whatever it
yeah.
is, even if you're in the hole or you have issues with money management, you know you have the problem. Start with the solution, right? And by starting, you're already making a win. You know, like
Yes.
it took Thomas. Just think of the story, Thomas Edison, right? It took him
Hmm.
1,000 tries of not how not to do it to come up with the
Yep.
solution of the light bulb, which is like the number one symbol of ideas and success. You know, when you put light
Hmm.
into a room, that's success right there, right? And it
Yep.
wouldn't be possible for people like him that persevere and try, right? So, but again, he wouldn't have come up with the light bulb idea if he didn't try it 1,000 times. And
Hmm.
it's the same thing
Yes.
with anybody, any business or any farming sort of uh, business is like, well, you have a dream, you have the why, so now you have to, come together and put it into the process, and then with the process, you'll achieve success. So, the what we put here for notes: real estate and equipment represents over 70% of the assets. So again, that goes to say how important your investments are and how good real estates over the years can be a really good investment. And that is one of the reasons why I'm into real estate, because I want to help people uh, getting into it. And there is a lot of misconception and misinformation about that. People like, paying their rent, but there's plenty
Hmm.
of comparison that you can have about paying rent towards paying a mortgage, and your return on the payments is far greater than paying somebody else's mortgage, right? So
Obviously.
and it's a great way to increase your net worth, and when it comes to it, right? Like real estate is
Yeah.
key for
Yes.
scaling and progression. Okay, so now that ends our whole presentation and the whole financial analysis. So what we usually do is we take it back and we go, how do we make this better, right? How do we connect the dreams to the actual numbers, right? And
Makes sense.
what is the first thing that we tackle on into somebody's once we do this, right? Well,
Yeah.
we look at the debt, right? Their debt load,
Mhm.
right? So if
Yes.
we went back into our financial analysis and we looked at all the types of debts that are out there, we tried to look at the debt with the highest interest rate,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
And in our case here was the credit card, right? With 19.99% credit card debt. And I'll make Gaurav talk about this because he enjoys this part.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's see how it started. Yeah.
So basically, the simple math behind it is, let's say I'm saving something up, but I am leaking it out more faster. It's like I have a bucket in which I have a bigger hole, but my tap is running slow. So if you
Nice.
consider water as your investment, and you consider those holes as the interest you are paying, and the water coming in as the interest you are earning. So in credit cards, like you mentioned, 20%, that's the least you have. That's the amount of interest these guys are paying right now. Why it's bad? Because none of the investments are getting them returns more than 5%, which means even if they're contributing very aggressively on their investments, but they're losing money in a longer run. Or I can say, like, if I compare investment to investment and keep the cash flow aside, because cash flow is something which they are generating not through investment but through their farming. So if I
Yes.
see just like investments and the debts, so the debts interest are higher, which make it a negative deal. So
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
anyone out there who thinks that it is a smart move to keep paying your credit card for minimum and saving up money for your investments, that's basically you are leaking the money more and slowing down your what you're getting. So slowly what will happen? Your bucket will empty. And whatever you will be getting, it will be going out even faster.
Right.
So
Yeah.
first thing first, simple math behind is this: if your debts, okay, are less, the interest on your debts is less than on the money you have invested, then it is a good investment and it's a good debt. Like I say,
Right.
mortgage is a good debt because you pay only like 5%, and no need to pay it early. I say keep that money, don't pay banks back. Keep that money, start investing at 8%. This is positive, and that too compounding positive. But if you reverse the situation here, they're paying 20% of interest and they're getting 5%. So they're compounding negatively on what they're making. Compounding negatively means you are burning down your savings day by day, every month.
Yeah.
As soon as you make that payment, boom, you just burn your money. Simple.
Mm-hmm. No, well, I like. I think you had me at when the bucket with the bigger hole and the tap. Like when you visualize that, and you have the tap
Yeah.
running at a certain, rate, and then you see it
Yeah.
filling up, and then you got a credit card, and you put a big hole, and then you see it leaking out. Like it doesn't matter how much water you put in there if the hole is bigger than what comes in it. The the energy that you're putting into it, uh, it's bound to to be an empty bucket, right? And you're gonna
Yeah.
run yourself out of energy in that sense,
Hmm.
and we I don't think we mentioned it before, but also with the income, our prime years are like from your 20s to your 40s, and after that, it tends to, like, the energy that you have tends to slow down, so you also have to buffer for that, because once you pass the 40 age, right, like, you have to take into account that you're not going to be able to produce as much income, or, like, what a lot of people do, they become smarter with their time and they get involved because they've learned so much from their work to become actual, mentors or coaches, or as myself, I went to real estate, right? Like, try to use your knowledge and implement it rather than to your physical energy, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's not said as much as well into our financial analysis. And I think it should be like, hey, it's not just about planning for your retirement, it's also planning for the times of your life where you're going to have certain coming in, certain assets coming in, and certain liabilities, right? And they spread out throughout the course of your life, right? Like they
Yep.
say, you'll need a vehicle every 7 years if you put
Mm-hmm.
regular amounts of kilometers on it, or you're gonna turn your house. Some people don't stay in their house for the rest of their life. Some people
Yep.
change, life changes, situations, right? Marriage, kids get out of the house, right? Now what do you need a big house for? Downsizing, right? So life
Yep.
changes. Bringing it back to this, yeah, it's stop the leaks first, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you had a pool
Stop the leak.
and if you have to keep filling it up because you have leaks, no, don't
Yep.
spend. Try to spend the energy fixing the holes, right? And that's what we're trying to do here with our analysis, is to fix where are our biggest leaks. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I want to keep it to water, because it's a good analogy, and it kind of makes
Yep.
sense, right? Like everybody had a bucket where they were filling up, or a swimming pool, or something that kept on leaking, right? And they're like, oh, what do we do now? How do we stop that? Oh, we must have lost Gareth there. So yeah, we would just say to tackle first your highest debts, and implement a strategy where you're going to pay them off as fast as you can, and then, like Gaurav said, start thinking about investment. And obviously, like we look at all the different interest rates on all your debts, and we come up with a strategy. For example, in this case, would be to increase the payments to more of what. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll put you back on the stage. To more of what any other investment is. And once this is paid off, then go ahead and start increasing and this will help you too with the net worth calculation, right? Once you start
Yep.
figuring out your liabilities, you decrease your liabilities, your net worth goes up, right?
Goes
So
up.
it's a win-win. Um, Again, we're running out of time, and then next week,
Next week.
like what we always do, but that's part of the show. That's part of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
show. It's like running out of time, and then we're just gonna miss the best part. I wanted to talk about insurance because that's a good thing to protect the future, protect the legacy, protect your kids, protect your family, protect. That's like the foundation to our financial house, right? And we'll tackle it. I mean, obviously, I'm bringing in a guest next week, so we'll just go over a little bit. Maybe we'll follow it up next week if I don't have
Yep.
anybody coming on. But obviously, like if you're interested in any of this stuff, and if any of this connects with you, um, we can talk about it personally, one to one. That helps out too as well. Because I mean, we can do case study after case study, but everybody's situation is different. Like
Yeah.
uh, everybody has different dreams, everybody has different goals, and
Whatever.
so we definitely like to help people in a bigger sense. This is more like
Audible?
educational because we're trying to spark ideas, right?
I'm
What
not
was
able to
that?
hear you. What's going on?
Oh, did I mute myself? No, I think I'm good. Does anybody hear me?
Ah, sorry.
Well, my microphone is
I
going.
had some misconnection. I can't hear you out. But
Oh, okay.
can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can
You
hear
say,
you.
can you hear me?
Thumbs up.
Okay,
Yeah.
just to finish the show, just because I can't hear you, so I think I should give the closing statement. So
Yes.
for everyone
Yes.
out there who don't feel comfortable to talk about their finances to to someone they know because they think they will judge of them, just letting you know, we have been through the same phase which you are facing right now. So we'll never judge you because it's like if you hit the gym, the only person to judge you is another unhealthy person. But if If you see a gym guy who is like super fit and you ask him for help, he or she will never judge you. Same goes for us. We have been through that journey and we have been doing it for so many years. If you are in stuck in something, you're with negative net worth, or you are unable to understand money, taxes, how your company is even paying you, and why you're getting so less, anything you hesitate about, please don't hesitate to reach out to Rico or me. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on LinkedIn. And if you are well connected with us, uh, you can just drop a message and we will reach out to you as a team.
Nice. Okay. Yes. That was it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your comments, for following us. I'm super excited about next week's show with our first guest on the show. It's going to be episode 13. So we've been here for a while. If you just tuned in today, I hope you enjoyed this. Review the last week's shows. Thanks, Gaurav, for talking to us. That was awesome. Very inspirational. And we'll see you next
See you
week.
next week.
Yes. See you next week.
Next week. Sorry, I'm not able to see you. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
No sound. Bye. Sorry.